All right. Thank you everybody for coming and welcome to our 8th installment of our center stage. So some of you might be wondering, what is center stage all about? So center stage is exclusively from Trainers and Coaches Advanced Toastmasters Club, where we allow our members to deliver their experience or expertise in a way that is like keynote speaking. So in a way, it also helps us enhance our speaking capability so that we can become a much better and much more effective trainers and coaches out there. So without further ado, I would like to call upon our MC, our amazing MC for the night, and she is DTM Harlina. DTM Harlina, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, our President Toastmaster Ping Hendra. So for those who are for the first time here in Central Stage, the Central Stage session is made up of 3 parts. First, the speaker will give a speech presentation. After that, there will be a question and answer session. And third, there will be a speech evaluation. But today, the prepared speaker will lead the speech presentation and the question and answer session. And who is the speaker today? Distinguished Toastmaster Kaylene Ledgar. She will be giving a speech from the Prepare to Speak Professionally manual. And she is a holistic life coach who helps heart-centered individuals reconnect with self, get unstuck, and create the future they desire. Like many, Kaylene herself has faced the challenge of being stuck. So today she will share her own experience of being stuck, as well as strategies to help get unstuck. It is time to get unstuck. So please join me in welcoming to the center stage, Kaylene Ledgar with Stuck. You're still on mute.
Have you ever experienced feeling stuck? I have. In my career, in my relationship, and in my life. If you can relate to this, give me a thumbs up or a reaction. Or that is exactly what I was expecting, that nearly all of us have had this experience. And I feel right now that we have so many more people in this world that are feeling stuck. We are still in some places right in the midst of a very, very bad, horrible pandemic where people are stuck at home and feeling isolated. But stuck is something that we often feel even outside of this pandemic. It is something that I have had happen in my life where I have felt completely overwhelmed, in darkness. At times, I felt like I'm being spiraling out of control. Other times, I've been stuck in a maze and have no idea which way to go. Being stuck is different for everybody. For me, this picture really captures a lot of how I have felt for so many experiences throughout my life. Right now, I am a holistic life coach and I am living the life that I want. I am helping people to get unstuck, to reconnect with themselves and to live the life they want to live. But it wasn't always like that for me. I used to be consumed with this stuck feeling in my life. I fell into my career, not because it was something I wanted to do, but I really had no choice. I didn't pass my final year of high school. And I had an option: stay working in a factory, because that's the job I got straight after work, or apply for the public service test, which is what my dad had done. So I did that. It wasn't what I dreamed of being. I actually dreamed of being an accountant. I'm kind of glad that dream didn't come true as well now. But back then I wanted to be an accountant, but I ended up in the public service. Now, the public service was a career that I am extremely proud of. I achieved a lot during my career. I was often smiley and happy, but behind the scenes, there was sadness, there was frustration, and a lot of the later years, and I was in the public service for 26 years. So at the last half of that career, there was a lot of depression. And it wasn't until I have been out of that career that I've looked back and seen how stuck I was, how that stuck feeling of being in a job that just really wasn't true to my heart, wasn't what I really wanted to do in life, was impacting everything in my life: my health, my physical health, my mental health, my relationships, everything, because I wasn't happy. The funny thing is, back then, halfway through my career, I didn't even know what I wanted to be. I knew by then that I didn't want to be an accountant, but I didn't know what I wanted to be. And there was another experience that I'd like to share, and that was the experience of being stuck in a relationship. I won't say I regret my marriage. My marriage was the marriage I needed to have and he needed to have at that time. But it was a marriage that started off shining for the first few months. And then even before I got married, things just weren't right. But I was so caught up in, I have to get married, I have to have children, I have to do this, that I went down that path. And throughout that marriage that lasted 7.5 years, I lost myself. Another form for me of being stuck, completely losing myself and disconnecting with who I was, disconnecting with friends. And by the time I ended that marriage, somebody said to me, "What do you want to do in life?" And I had no idea. I got out of my marriage where I was stuck, and then I was stuck again on pause because I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. There's a movie, Runaway Bride, and in that movie, the lead character, Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. Richard Gere is a reporter, Julia Roberts is the runaway bride, and he identifies that she doesn't know what type of egg she likes, because he speaks to each of her fiancés and they all say a different type of eggs. And that can really sum up what I felt like. I didn't know who I was coming out of that marriage. So again, I was stuck and I had to rediscover who I was again. At that time, that led me to Toastmasters, which was a shining light in my life. And that is where I started to come unstuck. I started to become unstuck because of the supportive, positive environment that I was in. Toastmasters helped me to stop feeling overwhelmed all the time. Yes, there was still some stuck times in my life since I joined Toastmasters. However, there was a lot of times where it was shining light. Toastmasters helped me believe that I could be somebody. It introduced me to mentoring and coaching. And that is where I found my passion. Now, I am, as I said, a holistic life coach. I am living my dream. I am working 3 weeks out of a month. I am working about 4 days a week, and I am loving it. I am balancing my life, and I am living the life that I want, that's unique to me. And this is what I want for you to take away from this session, if you take nothing else, is it is your life. You may be feeling stuck in your life, but what you want out of life is unique to you. So it'll be completely different to what I want. But you can follow that dream of what you want in your life and go after it. And with these tools, I've got 3 tools that I'm going to share with you now. They can help you get unstuck, get away from this overwhelmed feeling that you've got now, this I'm on pause, I don't know what I want to do, and help you go to where you desire in your life so that you can stand there and go, yes, this is my life, and truly embrace that. So the first tool that helps me and also helps my clients get unstuck is the Wheel of Life. The Wheel of Life is a simple coaching tool that helps us to identify where our satisfaction levels are on the different parts of our life. You use this tool by taking a moment to reflect on each of the different parts of your life. And the example I'm sharing today has eight different parts of the life that you focus on. And in the center, that would be, I am totally stuck. I have no idea where I want to go. I don't even have any thought at all. Nothing towards that part. The outside of this circle, you're a rock star. You have achieved everything that you want. You are living that life. You have mastered what you wanted in that part of your life. Using that type of scale from 0 to 10, we look at where we are right now in our life and we mark it on this wheel. Having done that, you then have an awareness of how satisfied you are in the different areas. And I personally find this useful, especially back in those dark days where I was really stuck in my career, because I didn't even know what I wanted to focus on. I knew I was stuck, but I couldn't even articulate where I was stuck. This type of tool helped to get that clarity of where I was not feeling the best and where I was stuck in my life. Once you have done that, then you can make choices. You can look at your wheel and you can decide, what areas do I want to make changes? And what I do when I'm working with my clients is I ask them for each individual section to spend some time thinking about it. Are there actions and things that you would like to change in that area? Once they have done that, then the next step is identifying one next step. The reason why I emphasize one next step is because if you're coming from a place of feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, feeling lost, you don't want to overload yourself with trying to do everything at once. It's okay to take one step at a time. With the Wheel of Life, some other points I'd like to highlight is you can use a template like the one that I have here. And if you want a template, let me know. I've got one that I can send to you. But if you don't have a template, all you need is a pen and a piece of paper. And you can draw a circle on that piece of paper. You can decide what are the key parts of your life. There may be 8, like the ones on the slide, the family and friends, the significant other, personal growth, fun and leisure, home environment, career, money, and health. But you may have other important parts of your life that you want to add in to the circle, or you may not want 8, you might want less. That is okay, because it's your wheel of life. This is your life, and you can make that wheel into whatever parts are relevant for you. This is one tool that can help you identify where you are stuck and get you started to move to being unstuck. Another tool that I love is your shining stars. You do not have to do this journey on your own. You can have support team helping you. And that's what I call our shining stars. The people around you that make you feel good, that can make you smile and laugh, especially in those moments when you aren't feeling your best. People that will listen to you and allow you to unload all of this energy around feeling stuck so that you can then process it and move forward. When I use this activity myself and with the people I work with, I start off by encouraging them to write down every person that they have a connection with. Their family, their work colleagues, for us, our Toastmaster colleagues. It might be somebody connected to your children. I also include my beautician and my hairdressers. They are such great people for me to connect with, especially when I'm feeling down. If I'm feeling down, I'm booking in a facial because my beautician is really going to help me get unstuck at that moment. And I also include my Reiki master in the list of people that are important to me. And I also remind them, don't forget the little people, my niece and my nephew. Wow. If I'm feeling horrible and overwhelmed, they just are such shining stars in my life. They brighten my day all the time. And for those people that love pets, I would not be where I am today without my furry creatures beside me. I have 2 cats that always make me smile, but you might have a dog or a different animal that brings life into your life. So where I say shining stars and the people you know, don't just think adults, think children and animals as well. Once they have this beautiful list of people they're connected with, I encourage them to then identify, if they can, 5 at least. They can come up with more because it's up to them. This is their shining stars, their support group. But identify some people that are their shining stars on that list. Then when you feel stuck, you know who to turn to. You know who to ring up. You know who to go and have a coffee with. You know who to send a message to, because these are the people that make you feel good. These are the people that care for you, support you, encourage you. So identifying your shining stars is another fabulous tool to help you get unstuck. So you don't have to stay in that stuck feeling. You do not have to do this journey on your own. And your friends will be so appreciative of having you reach out to them, because I know all the friends I've got, they help me and I help them in return. And that's what our friendships are all about. The final tool that I love to use to help people get unstuck is your magic box. And the idea behind the magic box is that sometimes you can't get in contact with your friends. Sometimes you're not completely stuck, but you know that you're not feeling 100%, but you just need to pick yourself up. And the magic box is your creation of all the different suggestions that you have, the ideas to help you get unstuck. So how do we create a magic box, your magic box? Well, the first thing I encourage people to do is to write down a list of different activities that help you when you're feeling stuck. And they could be a range of different activities. For me, having a nap in the afternoon might be one activity. Going to bed early and making sure I get a really good night's sleep can be another activity, because when I wake up in the morning, I feel so much better. It could be going to my favorite place, the Lookout, so I can look out over Port Phillip Bay. It might be watching a funny movie or a sad movie, because sometimes I need to release tears and a sad movie is what I need. It may be going for a walk in nature. Whatever activities resonate with you, whatever activities can either allow you the space to recharge so that you can then get unstuck, or allow you to have that circuit breaker so that you can get unstuck. I also encourage the people that I work with to think about phrases. I love quotes and beautiful sayings. And putting in my box different sayings that uplift me and make me feel good helps me, because sometimes just reading something allows me that space to then reflect and ponder, and I can see things differently. And that can be the shift I need so that I'm not as stuck and I'm moving into that unstuck space. I truly believe that when we create this box, each one of those ideas that we come up with, we write it on a small piece of paper, maybe business card size, it's up to you. Write one per piece of paper, put it in your box. I'm a visual person, so I like colored papers as well. And you put them in your box. And I believe that in that moment when you are feeling stuck, when you are feeling that you're starting to go down, if you put your hand in that box, you will pull out the activity or the message that you need to help you. The universe works in mysterious ways. So this is your unique magic box that can help you get unstuck. These 3 different tools help me and my clients to not be stuck all the time. They help us, even when we're not stuck, to keep going forward and staying positive. You don't have to stay stuck in life. You don't have to stay on pause. You can work towards that vision, that shining light that you want to live, that life that makes your heart sing. You can work towards that. Using these 3 tools will help you get there. And most importantly, taking that first step, having the courage to take that first step, try the Wheel of Life activity, have a support person, or support team, your shining stars, and have a box there just so you can pull out different tips. Now, before I completely wrap up my session, I am going to open up for question time. If you have a question, you can raise your virtual hand or real hand and unmute, and we'll see where we can go with our questions. Who would like to start? Manoj?
Yeah, Harlina also raised the hand. I can ask a question since my name was called.
Yeah.
I want to ask a very specific question, but it's not my experience, but some of my friends are going through it. They're stuck in a difficult relationship, okay, and want to move on, but they're scared about the pain, what they will go through, the family will go through, particularly the children. How do you, how that person can get unstuck from this stuck position?
Yeah. Thank you for that question, because relationships is very difficult, and like everything, this is a unique situation to the individual in the relationship and those around them. So for the individual, I would be working with them and asking them to explore the different things that they would like in life. I would get them to look at themselves and dig deep into what do they like, what don't they like. See, you can be in a relationship and it may not be right, but you can work with that person to have an open conversation with them, to share, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I would like to bring into my life. You can they can have that type of conversation with them. If they're not ready to do that, it depends on the other person. They may need to go into formal counseling, but there's things that the individual can do. Like, I know with my marriage, I lost my way. I just didn't know what I wanted, and I got frustrated. And sadly, our attempt at trying to fix things was not really talking, not really communicating, not really listening. We had just gone so far. So I would really encourage those people that are having marriage relationship type problems, sit down and work out, what do you want first? What do you like? What do you want in a relationship? What are the things you're not happy about? Exploring all of that, and then looking at what can you do, and if you can, having that conversation with the other person, because they may not realize, like it might be like there might be just one thing, and if they say it to the person and the person goes, really, I never knew that, and then they might change it. So having that conversation, but each step of the way, the person needs to probably stop and think. Allow yourself the time and space. Allow yourself the time and space to connect with what is right for you, because this is your life. This is your life. Yes, we impact other people, but we do need to take care of what we want first, and then have that conversation with the other people and see what happens. People can separate and be happy and better off. You just don't know. So
thank you so much.
That helps.
Thank you so much. Yes, Kaylene. Thank
it's
you so much.
really
Wonderful.
Unique. Relationships are really unique. Now, I think, did Harlina have a question and then Linda?
Yes, I have a question. Maybe I'm bragging, but if I have so many shining stars. I don't know how to choose. Who should I choose?
Yeah.
When I'm stuck.
Look, that is wonderful. If you have a lot of shining stars, that is great. What I would be saying is make sure that you are aware of who those people are and reach out to them. They're probably different relationships that you have with all these different shining stars, maybe, and they may bring different value into your life and things like that. So like if I was looking for somebody that would make me laugh, I might go to this shining star. If I'm looking for somebody that might listen to me and allow me to have that big, vent and get everything off my chest, I might go to a different one. So maybe you could look at your shining stars through a different lens as to why are they a shining star and what am I getting from them? And I know this sounds quite selfish because it's all about what we're getting from them. Trust me, there is everything that you get, it is mirrored. And I'm confident that they are getting something from the relationship as well. Does that help, Helena?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much, Katie.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Linda.
Okay, thank you, Kaylene, for sharing the presentation. I have a question. It relates with the two aspects, actually, career and money. So I've been thinking how to unstuck on these two aspects, career and money. Would you please share your thoughts or maybe experience? What is the practical steps to get unstuck on these two areas? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Fabulous questions there. Two parts, unstuck with career, unstuck with the money. With the career, for me, it was exploring different things. I knew I wasn't happy at work. I knew, like, I joined Toastmasters to overcome my fear of speaking, not because of being unhappy at work. But joining Toastmasters was to help me overcome my fear of speaking so I could win a job opportunity, so I could get an advancement. So I did that, and I got promotion after promotion after promotion and advance in the public service. And I thought that was going to make me happy. I thought that was going to make my heart sing. What I found, though, is going higher up, it was good, the money was good, the work was good, it challenged me, but it just didn't make my heart sing. Even when I was a leader and I was mentoring and coaching in that environment, it just wasn't right for me. So I'm grateful I had Toastmasters where I got to play with mentoring and coaching and training, and I found my passion. So if you are stuck in your career, I would encourage you to get out there and explore different areas, different activities, and kind of test the waters and take note of how you feel when you do different activities. Daydream, look at other people's careers, learn about them, and try and identify something that as soon as you say that word, you lift, your shoulders go back and you start to feel good just by thinking and talking about that topic. Then head down that path and start to get opportunities. If you can't get a paid opportunity, get a volunteer opportunity as well. That's another one straight away. The money blocks, that is a tough one. Whether it's like for me as a coach, it took a lot of work for me to get over my own money blocks and ask people to pay for their service. So I had to dig deep and I had to look at why did I feel that way. So it depends on what your money, where you're stuck in money. For me, it was valuing myself. So there was deeper reasons around that. If it's about being able to save money and to get some money behind you, then start small. so it really depends on what the block is to which path you would need to take to get unstuck. Does that help you, Linda?
Yes, thank you very much, Kaylene.
Thank you. And I'm just looking, how much time have we got left, Sue Chen? I think it's maybe
you still got time. I will show the cards for you as
perfect.
guidance.
Thank you.
Right.
I've got my clock going, but I wasn't 100% sure. Do we have any other questions? Anyone like to share an experience that they might have had of being stuck? What is one thing that you might do differently having heard this type of presentation? Who would like to share that? Manoj?
Yeah, for me, it also indirectly communicates about various other things we get stuck. Maybe the habits, you mentioned getting up, having a good sleep. There are a lot of other points which I could really connect. Sometimes, I am on a startup business and I have a lot of things to get worried about, particularly in this pandemic. Frankly, I don't have a plan B. Because it's good to say in management, if the plan A doesn't work, there are other 26 alphabets. In reality, sometimes, it is from person to person, it varies. Yes, there are a lot of take-homes. It is not only the relationship or any other job. You get stuck to some bad habits, maybe, sleeping late and, not having peace of mind. These are some of the other things we get stuck to.
Yeah.
Maybe some, maybe yes, sometimes you have to also say no to certain things to get unstuck. These are some of my learnings. I was thinking that you connected it so well, Kaylene. So happy that I could attend this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. And I like that you identify this is bigger. Like, we can be stuck in so many different parts of our lives. What I like with the Wheel of Life is you don't have to use it just for your life. So I could use it for my business, and I could create all the different parts of my business, and I can identify the areas where I get stuck, the bits where I procrastinate, the bits where I know I have to do my finances, but I really don't want to do my finances and accounting. Hence, it's a good idea I didn't end up being an accountant in my career. But having that, using that wheel, you can identify areas where you get stuck. But even then, like, if you catch yourself knowing you need to do a particular task and you keep not doing it, and you keep finding something else to do, and you keep going down a different path, maybe there's something that you're stuck with that area. And once you unlock that, then you can become unstuck. And unlocking it may be that you develop a new skill, you prioritize it different. Like, people say, do the thing you don't like first, and then do the things you enjoy second to get it done. Or find somebody else that loves to do it and outsource it. There's so many options once you have an awareness of that, what that is, where you're stuck. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That was wonderful. Anyone else like to share their thoughts? We've got like another 2 minutes. We can probably take two more. I think we're all stuck. We're all stuck at the moment, and we just don't know how to get unstuck. Thank you. I'm not going to push you to go and say things just because we've got time. Thank you all for listening to this presentation, exploring, while I've been talking, exploring for yourself what stuck means for you, and looking at ways that you can help yourself get unstuck. To recap, it's okay to be stuck at times, but you don't have to stay stuck. We are all, a lot of us are experiencing that stuck feeling. It's part of life. You have a choice whether you want to stay in that situation for a certain amount of time. When you are ready to get unstuck, try the wheel of life. Make it your own or use a template and look at where you are now, identify what you could do differently and take some actions. One step is all you need to start to get unstuck. Remember, you do not need to do it alone. You can have your shining stars there supporting you along the way. And create a magic box of different ideas that you can put your hand in and pull out the message you need that moment to help you get unstuck. Everybody, it is time for us to all get unstuck. Back to you, Helena.
Thank you very much, and big applause for our center stage speaker. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you know the 3 tools that you have to use when you feel unstuck. And honestly speaking, I don't think that we were all stuck in our questions for you, Toastmaster Kaylene. I think because of your speech, we are all eager to get the paper and pencil and to allow time for ourselves, like you said, to allow time for ourselves, space for ourselves, to get connected with ourselves and use your tools to get unstuck. So thank you very much for your very practical speech. I'm sure that also not only us in Zoom, but also in YouTube can directly start working on ourselves. Thank you very much. And we're signing off from YouTube. And we will continue in Zoom.
I think Miranda's just stepped away from, she's coming to turn it off now.
Okay, so
You're muted, Miranda.
So thank you so much, Kaylene, and also Harlina, who has been the MC for this session. And with that, we will be closing this session and get you off YouTube, but the meeting still goes on for those of you who would like to continue and stay and listen to the Toastmasters evaluation session. Thank you.